Hello, family. Welcome back to day 3 of the 1000 Ant Tribe Development Plan. Today has been another calm day. From all observations, the artisan harvester ants are maintaining a very stable condition. The number of worker ants in the nest has noticeably increased. Looking back, when they first entered the castle, we had only 1 queen and 30 worker ants, but now, the number of worker ants seems to have increased. Although it's hard to determine the exact number, I can definitely feel that their breeding pace is accelerating. Observing the growth of these little guys has truly been a fascinating experience. In the past few days, there have been no reports of casualties among the artisan harvester ants, and the environment inside the nest has been maintained very well. From the ants' activities, it's clear that they are gradually adapting to their new home. The worker ants are no longer as cautious and alert as they were initially, and have begun to actively forage and transport food. All of this indicates that they are slowly forming their own ecological order and becoming more accustomed to this artificial environment. However, there have been some small changes worth noting today. Earlier today, I followed a suggestion from one of the fans and removed the larger seeds that I had placed earlier, leaving only the smaller seeds. I had always been concerned that the larger seeds might cause trouble for the worker ants since they are quite small and might have difficulty transporting them. The smaller seeds, however, should be easier for them to move and store. However, to my surprise, even though I left these smaller seeds for them, the ants seem to have lost interest in the remaining seeds. It could be said that they have lost interest in this food. The food placed next to the nest didn't pile up as before, but instead appeared a little empty. This situation made me wonder if the nest space is too small, causing them to lose interest in the leftover seeds. Or perhaps they have higher standards when it comes to food storage and transport. These questions make me even more curious about their food preferences. I may need to observe more carefully in the future and adjust the types and amounts of food I provide. Fortunately, today I received a new batch of harvest and seed food. It seems that these foods may be more suitable for the ants. I plan to place these newly arrived seeds on the other side of the nest and see if they show interest in them and begin to transport them. The results of this experiment will determine whether I need to adjust the food selection in the future. Let's find out together if they like these new seeds. While filming the worker ants walking over the food, I unexpectedly discovered a small worker ant's body inside the food. The ant was so tiny that it was almost completely covered by the food. If it weren't for the camera being in the right position, I probably wouldn't have noticed it at all. Upon closer inspection, I could see that this worker ant had no signs of life, and it seemed that it had been dead for some time. I also noticed that some worker ants nearby were still trying to approach it, seemingly trying to wake it up, but no matter how hard they tried, this worker ant could no longer be revived. This discovery made me a little sad. Even though the overall condition of the artisan harvester ants is very good and they are adapting well to the new environment, occasionally a worker ant will die due to various reasons. This also serves as a reminder that although most of the time they seem to be growing healthily, we must remain vigilant and ensure that the environment, food, humidity, and other factors are always in the most suitable state for their growth. I began to reflect on whether this worker ant's death was related to changes in the environment, food supply, or the difficulty of adapting to the move. Despite the low mortality rate, every ant's life is crucial, especially in terms of the colony's overall structure and reproduction. The activity level of each worker ant directly impacts the colony's work efficiency and overall development. I may need to further improve the care of the ant colony to ensure they live in the best possible conditions. On this note, filming ants in macro mode is definitely a challenge. To clearly capture the ants' details, I have to get very close with the camera. Since ants are so small, it's difficult to capture their fine details, which has led to many issues. Sometimes the shooting angle and lighting aren't ideal, and since the ants move so quickly, once I miss the shot, they are already out of the frame. I've seen many excellent ant content creators who produce amazingly clear and artistic shots. How do they manage to capture such intricate details? I feel that I might need to upgrade my filming equipment, as it's becoming difficult to clearly showcase these little creatures with my current gear. Upgrading the equipment could be an important step for me to consider in the future. Whether it's better lenses or adjusting the lighting and angles, these improvements could greatly enhance the video quality. If any experienced viewers know how to better film ants or have recommended filming tips, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I believe that sharing more experiences not only helps me improve my filming techniques but will also assist other ant enthusiasts in improving their own filming skills. That's it for today's video. Through my observations, the artisan harvester ants remain stable, and although there are some small fluctuations and questions, overall their adaptation process has been very smooth. With the increase in worker ants and the gradual accumulation of food resources, I believe the 1000 Ant Tribe Development Plan will progress steadily. Over the coming days, I will continue to observe changes in the ants' behavior, especially their food preferences, worker ant reproduction, and the health of the queen. Regarding the management of the ant castle, I will continue to make improvements and adjustments. From food selection to nest layout and filming techniques, I will make corresponding changes based on the ants' feedback. Every small change and improvement is an important step in the development of the ant colony. If you are fascinated by the world of ants, enjoy watching these small creatures grow and evolve, remember to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you have any suggestions for the development of the 1000 Ant Tribe, or if you are also keeping ants, feel free to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. Together, we will explore this wonderful world of ants and witness their growth and transformation. Thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next update.